So when we arrived in East Antarctica, everywhere we could see these supraglacial lakes. And these lakes then sometimes develop into rivers, and the rivers carve their way through the East Antarctica ice sheet. And often they drill deep down through the ice sheet down to the bedrock. And this lubricates the bottom of the ice sheet, making it more unstable. A subglacial river is a river which goes underneath the Antarctic ice sheet, and so that's what I swam down. My name is Pugh. I'm an endurance swimmer, and I'm the United Nations Patron of the Oceans. In that role, I try to be a voice for the oceans. I've never swum anywhere in the world which was so beautiful. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my whole life. I remember standing at the entrance to this tunnel, and it was this turquoise blue tunnel, and as I started swimming through it, the colors just changed. And this tunnel meandered its way underneath the ice sheet. It started off a turquoise blue, and then went to a dark, rich royal blue, and then went to indigo, and then went to violet, and then suddenly, as I came around another corner, it was this beautiful electric blue. I've never seen anything like it. It was incredibly beautiful, but you know, behind the beauty is this terrifying reality that this is now the face of this climate change. What we're seeing is Antarctica is changing, and it's changing very, very quickly. There have always been supraglacial lakes in Antarctica, and there have always been supraglacial rivers and subglacial rivers. I think it's the extent of them that we are now beginning to understand how many of them there are. When I was down in Antarctica, wherever I looked, there were supraglacial lakes and there were rivers. I mean, it was quite shocking to see just how much water was flowing off the East Antarctica ice sheet. And only yesterday, on the 13th of February, scientists recorded a temperature of 20 degrees centigrade just north of the Antarctic Peninsula. I mean, think about that, 20 degrees centigrade in Antarctica. I mean, I've been swimming now for 33 years, and in some of the coldest places on this earth. So back in 2007, I did the first swim across the North Pole, across an open patch of sea to show the melting of the Arctic sea ice. I've done a swim on Mount Everest to highlight the melting of the glaciers there and the impact that will have on water supply in Southeast Asia. But I think this swim certainly was the most dangerous. As I entered that river, my heart was certainly pounding very, very quickly, and I was relieved, delighted to get out the other side and to see my team at the other end there as they pulled me out the water. I was absolutely frozen. Normally when I do my swims in the Arctic and the Antarctic, I swim as fast as I can, but because I was swimming inside a tunnel where they had lots of turns, I had to actually swim quite slowly. When I got out, my fingers were in agony. I mean, my fingers were completely frozen, my toes were frozen. It took me a good half an hour to warm up again after that swim. It's not something which I'll be repeating, but I certainly hope that as a result of this swim, we will have 3 new protected areas in Antarctica. Collectively, I'm hoping there'll be about 4 million square kilometers in extent. That's double the size of Western Europe, certainly a price worth paying for. So under international law, 25 nations plus the European Union have got to agree to any measures to protect the waters around Antarctica. 23 of those nations and the European Union have agreed to them. Just 2 nations still need persuading, and that is Russia and China. My message to world leaders is very, very simple. We are now facing a climate emergency. Step up or step aside, because time has now run out.